In the United States of America, we're not going to tolerate masked roving militias pretending to be well-trained law enforcement agents.
Sherrill says the federal government will likely challenge the new laws and the states prepared to defend them.
America, on February 11th, New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill signed an executive order blocking ICE from state property. On February 24th, 13 days later, the Department of Justice filed a federal lawsuit against her in the U.S. District Court in Trenton. On March 25th, she signed 3 more bills doing the exact same thing that she's currently being sued for doing. Her response to an active lawsuit, and I'm going to quote this directly, "We met them in court then, and we're happy to meet them in court again." She said that the same week that she signed the bills. Today, I'm going to walk you guys through exactly what these 3 laws do, who they protect, and what happened in New Jersey 12 days before she signed them that every single person at that signing ceremony was pretending not to know about.
In a statement, Attorney General Pam Bondi said in part, federal agents are risking their lives to keep New Jersey citizens safe, and yet New Jersey's leaders are enacting policies designed to obstruct and endanger law enforcement.
What is up, guys? Tyson DeLaCruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Let me show you the 3 laws New Jersey just passed to make sure that when ICE wants to catch a criminal, they got to do it the hard way. And let me show you what happened in New Jersey while these bills were working their way through legislation. Bill number 1, the Codification Bill. This permanently bans New Jersey state and local police from stopping or detaining anyone based solely on immigration status, from asking about immigration status unless it's directly relevant to a criminal investigation already in progress, and from cooperating with ICE detainers unless there is a valid judicial warrant signed by a judge in hand. That is not a directive. That is not a policy memo. That, my friends, is a law. The next governor of New Jersey, whoever it turns out to be, cannot reverse this with the stroke of a pen. It passed 22-13 in the Senate, 50-21 in the Assembly. Pure party lines.
The new laws prevent enforcement officers from wearing masks, protect residents, immigration data, and enshrine the state's sanctuary policy into law, which restricts when local police can cooperate with federal agents. Now, Democrats argue it protects vulnerable communities from mass deportations.
Bill number 2, the mask ban. This bans ICE agents from wearing face coverings during operations in New Jersey. Now, listen to DHS respond to this one because they responded within 24 hours.
Sanctuary politicians attempting to ban our federal law enforcement from wearing masks is despicable and a flagrant attempt to endanger our officers. To be crystal clear, we will not abide by this unconstitutional ban. New Jersey is not the first to pass this kind of law. California's mask ban was struck down by a judge, but an ID requirement was upheld. Washington State's governor just signed a mask ban this month. There is proposed legislation pending in more than a dozen other states, according to the National Conference of State Legislatures. DHS says ICE officers wear face coverings to protect themselves and their families from threats.
New Jersey passed a law telling federal agents they cannot protect their identities from people who showed up at their house. The DHS just told you exactly why agents wear masks. Deliver that gap completely flat here. Bill number 3, the Privacy Protection Act. This prevents New Jersey government from collecting or sharing resident personal information with the federal immigration authorities. Translation here, ICE asked New Jersey for some records that they could help identify someone that was in the country illegally. New Jersey is now legally required to say no. 3 bills, 1 mask ban, 1 data firewall, 1 permanent prohibition on helping federal law enforcement catch an illegal hombre in the country. Sherrill described this package as, quote, keeping our communities safe. That seems like the generic phrase here. She said this at a ceremony in Newark with obvious applause. The timeline here, February 11th, Sherrill signs an executive order 12 blocking ICE from non-public state property, including state prisons and courthouses. February 24th, the Department of Justice files a 21-page federal lawsuit against her. March 25th, she signs 3 more laws. What the DOJ's complaint actually says, and I'm quoting this directly, the complaint states that New Jersey's refusal to cooperate with federal immigration authorities results in the release, end quote, of dangerous criminals from police custody who would have otherwise be subjected to removal, including illegal hombres, illegal aliens, convicted and aggravated assault people, burglary, and people who have committed drug and human trafficking.
And the Justice Department is suing the state of New Jersey and Governor Sherrill over an executive order limiting ICE enforcement. Now, the order signed earlier this month bars federal immigration agents from carrying out operations on state property. The DOJ argues that the order is illegal and interferes with the federal government's ability to enforce immigration laws.
The anchor just said interferes with federal government's ability to enforce immigration laws. That sentence is the case. Everything else here is paperwork. Now, Sherrill's response.
What the federal government needs to be focused on right now, instead of attacking states like New Jersey working to keep people safe, is actually training their ICE agents with some modicum of training, like any law enforcement officer in the state of New Jersey would have, so that they can operate better and more safely.
The DOJ accused her of releasing violent criminals. She responded by suggesting ICE needs better training. Those two sentences are not in a conversation with each other. She did not address the accusation. She redirected to a completely different sentence here. She called the lawsuit, quote unquote, pointless. Her attorney general called it a waste of resources. This is now the second federal lawsuit against New Jersey's sanctuary city policies. The original 4-city lawsuit was back in May 2025, and that situation is still pending. That one never went away. She just added to it. That's bad enough, but wait until you see what she built alongside the bills. I want to take a moment for something that I think deserves its own segment here. Governor Sherrill's attorney general launched a public portal available at ngoag.gov/portal, where New Jersey residents are invited. I want you guys to listen here. Are invited to upload photographs and videos of ICE agents conducting immigration enforcement operations in their neighborhoods. You see an ICE agent on your street, you grab your phone, you take a video with your phone, then you upload it to a government website. The state reviews it for potential violations of agents conducting lawful federal law enforcement operations.
New Jersey's new plan to create a state website where people can upload videos of ICE activity in the state is already drawing mixed reaction. Some immigrant advocates say the proposal from Governor Mikey Sherrill may miss the moment, especially as tensions around immigration enforcement continue to rise. The governor says the portal is meant to increase transparency and document federal enforcement actions.
Increase transparency. The state of New Jersey has built a crowdsourced surveillance infrastructure aimed at federal law enforcement. This is described as, quote unquote, transparency measures. Describe this as you would describe a new highway interchange. She also launched a Know Your Rights website, available in 22 different languages, you guys. Konnichiwa, Espalo, whatever language you want. There's 22 languages to choose from. So when the federal agents arrive to arrest somebody in the country illegally, that person can easily access a document in their native language explaining that New Jersey has their back. The state of New Jersey maintains multilingual websites to help people evade federal law enforcement. This is government service. It has a website developer. It has a budget line. It was built with New Jersey taxpayer money. Somewhere in Trenton, a state employee got paid to build a portal that helps protect criminal illegal aliens from arrest. I want you guys, I want that to completely marinate. I don't know what his benefit packages looks like, but I'm assuming that they're very good. On March 12th, 13 days before Governor Sherrill signed these 3 bills in Newark with grandiose applause, the Department of Homeland Security published a press release, and they titled it New Jersey Nightmares. A man named Gerardo Garcia Gonzalez, a Mexican national in the country illegally, was arrested in New Jersey for assaulting and fondling a minor under the age of 15. ICE issued a detainer. ICE asked New Jersey sanctuary politicians not to release him. The DHS press release named him named his nationality, named his crime, and asked the state to cooperate with federal removal proceedings. This happened while 3 bills were in motion, while Democrat delegates were debating mask bans and data firewalls and permanent codification of sanctuary directives. ICE was asking New Jersey, as recently as of 13 days earlier, not to release a man who had sexually assaulted a child under the age of 15.
ICE agents have moved through immigrant communities, leaving residents afraid to go outside. Supporters of immigrant rights have been on the forefront of this battle and say this is an historic day.
There's a reason why our New Jersey officers at the local and state level are proud to wear the uniform and everything that makes you recognizable, that says, yes, I have gone through the training.
The deputy mayor of Red Bank has been pushing for these safeguards for members of her community.
All of the residents that I communicate with have expressed that they will feel safer when there are not masks on federal agents on our streets.
The stated purpose of these laws is to make residents, quote unquote, feel safe. 13 days before the ceremony, ICE was trying to remove a man who assaulted a child. 2 descriptions of safety are not compatible here. Nobody at the March 25th signing ceremony mentioned Gerardo Garcia Gonzalez. Of course they didn't. Nobody mentioned the New Jersey Nightmare press release. Nobody mentioned that ICE had been asking New Jersey as recently as 13 days earlier not to release a child PDF. Their ceremony had speeches, it had photographs, it had applauses, but it did not have that name. New Jersey also sued the federal government last week to block a warehouse in Roxbury that ICE paid $129 million to convert into a detention facility for up to 1,500 detainees.
Governor Mikey Sherrill sent this letter to DHS slamming the deal, and Roxbury's mayor says he's preparing legal action.
The state is suing to prevent ICE from having a place to put people after they get arrested. In New Jersey, no cooperation with detainers, no masks for agents, no data sharing, no detention facilities in the state. Name what that is. Guys, when you list all of it together, no cooperation with detainers, no masks for agents, no surveillance of residents, no detention facility, no sharing of personal information, no help identifying or locating people who are in the country illegally. What you have is a comprehensive infrastructure designed to make federal immigration enforcement functionally absolutely impossible within the borders of New Jersey. Sherrill calls it public safety. The DOJ calls it obstruction. 13 days before signing ceremony, ICE calls it a nightmare.
It is 100% politics over public safety. It impacts public safety because every crime committed by an illegal alien is a crime that did not have to happen. We have enough problems with our own people.
One Republican in the building said what every New Jersey resident who have been victimized by somebody who is in the country illegally already knows. He said it on record. Nobody at the signing ceremony was standing next to him. And New Jersey, you guys, is not alone. The DOJ has filed similar actions against New York, Minnesota, Los Angeles, and a lot of different other places. Every state that passes those laws does so with the knowledge that federal lawsuit is coming down the pipe. Sherrill signed it knowing this. That is the point. The lawsuit is the press release here. A Republican legislator just said the quiet part directly into a microphone on the floor of the New Jersey Assembly. The word advantage.
You need them. You need them. You need to use them. You need the 900,000 people to stay here so they can continue to be counted in the census. Right? Because that's how you guys keep your advantage. Those numbers equate to an extra 4 assembly seats, as we've talked about, and an extra 2 congressional seats.
America, here's the framework that nobody's covering these bills will write down directly. Mikey Sherrill doesn't expect these laws to survive federal court. She knows the Supreme Clause exists. She knows California's mask ban was already struck down by a judge. She was already being sued when she signed more. She signed them anyways, because the signing ceremony is not legislation. It's a campaign event. The point here, plain and simple, is not to block ICE permanently. The point is to be photographed blocking ICE. The laws buy time here, you guys. They generate headlines. The court eventually strikes them down. Then she runs on having fought. Then she signs more whatever she wants to sign. The people who pay for that strategy are not the photographers. They are New Jersey residents who live near somebody who should have been removed and wasn't, because a detainer was ignored. A portal was built. A warehouse in Roxbury got sued into a legal dispute. Those people do not have press releases. They don't have a portal. They don't have a website in 22 different languages. They have a governor who's very, very happy to go to court. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.